Okay. Welcome back to another episode of Amplify Sessions, where we hear the stories behind the songs and get to chat to the incredible artists. And we have the incredible Chris Boldt in today. Welcome. How are you doing, first of all?
Doing good. Been enjoying the weather, which always helps.
It's been so good. And you have such a cool story, and I'm so excited to get to chat to you and do a bit of a deep dive. And I always like to start off with kind of early years and days. What is your first kind of memory, I suppose, of singing or picking up a guitar?
In P1, when I was like 5 years old, I asked my mum and dad, they had like a talent show on, and I asked my mum and dad if I could be in the, talent show, and they were like, yeah, like I think they needed like parental permission or whatever.
Oh, so this was in like primary school?
Yeah,
okay.
and I went into the hall for the rehearsal, and I was like the only one in my year. I think I was the only one up until P4, actually, that I remember. And then I was with all these older people, and I was so nervous, And initially I was going to do Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. And then I practiced it, and I just thought, I don't know. And at that point I was really into like musicals, so like Singing in the Rain was a huge one. I ended up doing Singing in the Rain.
Did you?
So there's a video somewhere on one of the old camcorders of me with a top, or not a top hat, but like a, I don't know, like a jazz hat, you know.
It takes a lot of confidence, I think, as well, as a young kid, to be able to get up in front of, I suppose, maybe your peers at school. Like takes a lot of confidence, I would say.
Yeah. I think at that age it was sweet. When I was like 5, you're not nervous about anything really. But like once I got to secondary school, especially like 3rd and 4th year, when the music department was asking me to do stuff at Lagan, I would get a wee bit nervous. I'd be like, oh flip, this is in front of so and so. But after the first few times, and really once I realized this is what I want to do, I thought, okay, I'm just going to face this every time, and then it'll just get easier.
Yeah.
So, but it's funny, like a lot of the time, the majority of the time, it's easier for me to play in front of like 300-400 people than it is to play in front of
intimate,
like 4
like
people.
For family or something.
3
yeah.
people, yeah.
So many people say
So
that,
weird.
where they really struggle, in a quiet room in front of, say, like family members, but they can easily get up on a stage and sing in front of like hundreds of people. It's crazy how that works, isn't it? Yeah.
And my mum, like anytime we'll have friends, like people come over, my mum and dad run Airbnb, so anytime there's folks over, they'll be like, oh, our son's a musician, Christopher, come play some songs. And I'm like, oh, yeah, why not,
And growing up, hopefully you don't mind talking about this, you're actually deaf in one ear.
Yeah.
So
left ear.
How does this kind of impact, I suppose, or have you ever let it come in the way of music? Did you ever think, okay, I maybe can't do this because of that? Or how does it kind of impact you performing or maybe listening to songs?
Yeah, it's funny, I was chatting to Murray McCallan about this on RTE, and I was saying the best way I can explain it is if me and you're at a function, right, and there's loads of music on and people are talking and stuff, I would really have to like almost start reading your lips. And it's funny because like if I don't tell people that I'm deaf, I just start looking at their lips. They're like, "What's going on? Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing
Why
that?"
are you staring at my...
And then I have to be sorry. Like I'm half deaf in my left ear, and I would normally turn, and people get really like weirded out when I do that, because I would have to, like, if you're there and I just kind of turn and be like, what's that? So
do you hear music differently, do you think?
I think I'm like I don't know if it's a half pitch higher, am I right, than is my left, which is really weird. The first time I really struggled with it was the Empire a few years ago, because I didn't have in-ears in. I've never used them. I've always been one for wedges, which is like the speakers in front of you. And I remember like halfway through the set, I wasn't even sure if I was singing in the right key. It was really frustrating. And I thought, right, I need to get in-ears from now on. So yeah, since then I've just sort of used that, unless it's like a solo acoustic gig and it's just me. It's when you have the band and everything,
and there's a lot going on,
loud electric guitar, it can be.
I know, because I feel like that would maybe be quite scary, especially if you didn't have any ears, and that kind of moment where you're singing, you maybe can't hear what's going on. That would be so daunting, especially in a room full of people as well.
Yeah, I think that's where the bass out of all instruments helps me a lot. So I'll be really listening to the bass to hear, oh, I'm in key, okay, I'm still in key, and then I'll sing away, you know.
But it's nice that you haven't let it get in the way of you pursuing music as a career as well.
And that's so weird. It's so ironic, like,
Yeah.
out of everything, it was music that has worked, it's still working, so.
I think a lot of people, though, will find that very inspiring, like maybe, you know, young kids and stuff as well who might have the same thing or something very similar might look at you and go, do you know what, I can do that too. I won't let this stop me or hold me back.
Yeah, I think that is the biggest thing. I think just mindset is huge. Like I'm such a huge believer in like speaking life out of things. It's not like manifestation, but it's just like speaking like positive things and really believing. Like I remember in school, in like 3rd and 4th year, I would really be, you know, telling people like, oh, I'm gonna play Wembley one day, you know. I just had this thing, and then even when I left school, and I was like, right, it's either acting or music, and I'm going all in. And it was brutal because at the start, like I had no leads, you know. Like my teachers were like, nah, you need to get your A levels, and you stay in school, and you know, what if it doesn't work out? And I think there was like a toxic kind of, I'll watch this sort of thing, you know, like. Oh,
but it's nice that you always had those like high hopes, those spirits.
Yeah.
You've manifested it. You have.
Yeah. Well, in some way, definitely, maybe through prayer or something. But my goodness, like it's just crazy. I still go back and be like, my 16-year-old self would be like, what is going on? You know.
I know. So we'll talk. Obviously, your debut single was Heaven's Eyes, right? That was back in 2023. That song, I mean, that blew up. So. You probably know this, but currently it's sat on 17.5 million streams.
Nuts.
That's Spotify alone. That's not including like other streaming services like Apple. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like is that really surreal to hear that number?
Yeah, it is 17 and a half. Like I remember when I had first recorded that song, one of my best friends, Michael Morgan, he came over to my house and I played it to him, you know, and he was like, flip me, that's a tune, you know, and I was like, yeah, it's sounding good, and I was like, can you imagine if this gets 10,000 streams? Like, I would be over the moon, and the fact that it's surpassed 10 million is just...
It's nearly on 20
million. You know what?
million.
It's just so strange, like, but...
And it must mean a lot, I would say, to so many people, you know, that's like a song that maybe they're loving, it's on their playlist, that they're playing it over and over again. What is it like when that starts to build traction online and like gain momentum? Like what does that feel like?
Well, I think after the first time it happens, you're not like, you sort of get numb to it, which sounds really bad, but see the first time having like the first video that did really well, I was like, I can't believe it. Like I thought I was dreaming. Like I thought this is just insane. But when you hear the feedback from people, and like people all over the States, like from states that I had never been to, reach out and be like, this song is like, I'm going through a really bad breakup right now, like this is wrecking me. But this song has been like a hope, you know, which is, it's just so crazy. And people are like, oh, you're my #1 listened to artist. And I'm just thinking, mate, you just need to listen to more music. I'm sorry, like that's wild. But it's cool that people can take that and empathize with it, and, you know, have their own meaning to it, you know, because I'm sure there's people that have that song on their playlist that it means something maybe a little different than just a breakup, you know. Yeah. So.
And you obviously moved to Montana back in, was it 2023?
Started 2024.
Started 2024. Yeah. So you released this song, then you moved to Montana. Right. You're still there.
Yeah.
What kind of made you take the leap over there? Because that's a big move.
Yeah. Well, that January, it was January 2024, my granddad on my dad's side passed away, so we had to go over there for the memorial. And so I'd reached out to the Montana guys saying, hey, like, I have to go overseas, you know, under unfortunate circumstances.
So there was family over in America, and you were going over it,
Yeah, and we had the memorial, but I'd said to them, like, you know, if yous are in Chicago by chance, turn with their other artist was Sam Barber, you know, let me know and we can grab a coffee or something. And they said, no, we'll fly you out to Montana. So I ended up being there for 2 weeks, and then just moved there. And initially it was hard, you know, trying to figure out everything, and it's all, you know, a moment of bliss, and you're like, oh, I'm in the country, and
excitement of
well.
it all, yeah.
But after like a month into it, I remember just being in the car and just completely breaking down to my manager. I was like, this is rough, you know, like this is just so hard, like being away from family and stuff, and first time properly being away, you know, and friends, and you know, even coming back at times and seeing how much my friends have kind of moved on with life. Not like we're still friends and stuff, but it's like, wow, so much has happened. And
you feel like you miss out on so much. Because, I mean, I lived in Manchester, which is a lot closer than Montana. But even when you come home, it's like all these little maybe like milestones that are happening in your friends' lives. And you're like, wait, so much has happened. Yeah. It's a tough jump, especially with the likes of the time difference and stuff.
Yeah. It's, 7 hours behind Montana is.
Yeah.
So I would always be, and it's tough because if I get to like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, everyone's in bed. Yeah. You know, but what's nice is I have a really, really good community in Montana, like really, really good friends, which it's the people, not the place at times. You know? So that has helped a lot as well. Yeah, and life over there, I mean, you're still there, so it's all going really, really well. Can you see yourself being over there, do you think, for the foreseeable? Yeah, I'm not sure, because having a girlfriend here, definitely. Long distance. Yeah. But she'll be in Australia next year, so we'll be kind of jumping about and going over to see her and stuff. But I think next year, my friend and I was saying to you, like, we bought a van that we've done up, and so we're going to take that around the States. And and even the music, I was saying, that will come from those kind of experiences, I think will just be really, really special as well. Yeah, but I think to answer your question too, like, being there now is so good because it's really close to Nashville, so it's, if I'm playing a show there, it's close, just networking there. I've got friends there, and then coming back, you know, it's not like it's in California, even though Montana and Ireland's far, it's, you know, not as far as west. So you've been releasing really consistently. So you've got 8 singles since 2023. You've got the EP, and you've got an album on the way and stuff as well. What can you kind of tell us about the album, I guess? Well, last time I was talking to you, I said it was a country album, and there's definitely songs that point to that, but it's when you go into a process like that, you come out and it's just something so different from what you initially wanted it to be. And so it's good. We've got 7 new ones. I think I said you 8 last time, but I think we've got 7 now. The last master will be done in the next few days, and then kind of prepping for release. But I would say there's some bangers on there. Yeah. Like, and I can say that because a lot of my friends who would tell me, you know, I've also said that, and I trust their judgment. Yeah. So expect some bangers. Would you say that there's a lot of pressure there because of, you know, how well some of your previous songs have done? Like, I mean, how well that your social videos even have done, like the traction that you've gained online. Is there pressure there to maybe consistently post, or, you know, what does that kind of feel like when are you constantly scrolling and updating and refreshing things? Like, I've had to learn to stop, because I think if I start putting my identity in views and streams, like, there's a correlation between me doing that and my mental health just going, you know, it's just not good. And so I've learned to get on there, post, but then just delete social media afterwards, and just to not get caught up in it, you know. Yeah. So do you remove the app completely? Yeah, completely every time. Yeah. And it's so frustrating because it's great because, you know, I'm like, oh, I have to download it again, especially if I'm out and have to 5G or something, you know. And but no, it's good. I think getting into that has really helped. I also think just not comparing it to previous stuff and being like, this is a new chapter, this is new art, you know, and people are gonna either relate to it or not, and that's okay. But just kind of detaching from it as well really helps. Like pouring all my effort into the art, but also, you know, and also being like chalant about it. Like, I saw this video on I think it was Tyler the Creator, and he was like, you can't be nonchalant, you can't be so like cool about work that you've poured years into. Like, what are you doing? Like, just because of what other people think, like, you can't do that, because the music probably isn't going to go anywhere. Like, if you don't, especially at the start, like when you're independent, like for Heaven's Eyes, I brought my friend Andy out up to like the country roads of Belfast, and just said, okay, just film me running down this.
You've got to get creative, don't you, when it comes to content,
and put like, I'll put the lyrics over it and the songs. And I remember at the start, like, people commenting, laughing, being like, oh, what's he doing, you know, blah, blah, blah. But it's funny because once it worked, suddenly there was a shift. There really was. Like, I had people coming up being like, oh man, like, tunes are so good. And I was like, where were you day one, mate? You know, you were laughing, you know, and I really do think, like, until it works, that's just, especially in Belfast, like in Northern Ireland, like, that's just the backlash that you're gonna get, and you just have to endure it. You know, like, it's just gonna come. So I think, just pouring all the effort into the videos, but then also just getting off. You know, just
and taking that time to step away and kind of switch off from it, I guess, because you don't want to be glued to your phone, so refreshing, you know, likes and things like that, because it can be, I think, a very consuming thing when you start to gain that kind of momentum online, and it's hard to keep it going, I think, as well, and like, people say, you know, consistency is key, but I think sometimes you need time to step away from that, like, for your own mental health. What would you say inspires you the most when it comes to songwriting?
You know what? It's hard. That's a really good question. It's
deep.
It is. It's hard now because initially what really helped me was the heartbreak. You know, like, there's artists that will actually just go into relationships and then, you know, have the breakups and then write tunes. You know, but it's just tough. You know, because when you're in a really good spot, like, mentally, spiritually, it's hard to write about sad things, and I don't really want to go back and dive into all these, you know, places where you know, I've done a lot to kind of just let go of, you know. So right now, I'm trying to just listen to different kinds of music. I've been listening to a ton of the Beach Boys, like, totally different niche, but like, they are so good. Like, some of their, like, that God Only Knows tune, and of course all their big ones are massive, you know. Or not their big ones are massive. Their big ones are great, I meant to say. So now, I'm not sure. I'm not totally sure. I think interviews really help. Talking with people, just kind of people watching helps a lot, you know, because you can kind of build a story around something, even if it's not what's going on exactly.
And your most recent song as well, Travelling, so this was released on the 6th of July there. So
on the birthday.
It's gonna, is that your birthday? Oh, happy birthday. I didn't know that. Nice release date. That's cool, that's special.
Thank you.
And it was co-written with your girlfriend.
Yes.
Over FaceTime. So tell us kind of about this song, how it came about. Were you just on a call? Did something come to mind? Was it the melody first? How did it come about?
So I flew out to Colorado to meet my friend Zach. He was doing some work on his house out there, and originally he lives in Spain. So he flew out there, was doing some work. I said, listen, I'll come out and we'll do a writing session, you know, and I'll give it a week and I'll come and spend time. And on this particular day, I was like, okay, I'm not even going to help Zach. I'm just going to write. I'm going to spend the whole day. And I honestly tried to write from like 10 in the morning to, I think it was like 8 o'clock at night. And like all day there was nothing. It's a
long time as well.
Oh, it was brutal. Yeah, and especially when you don't get anything. Like, I call it like bites, like as if you're fishing, you know, like if you get a bite, there's something, then you can follow it and follow it. And maybe an idea comes of it or a song.
It's a nice analogy, actually,
I don't think I came up with that either. Like, that's been out for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't,
so creative.
No. I don't know where I heard it, but that's how I kind of describe it. And I remember all day, nothing. Took a break, took a walk, nothing. And then I had that finger picking thing, which is in the intro of the song. And I thought, oh, that's really nice. And then I FaceTimed Rose and I was like, listen, do you want to give me a hand? Do you want to maybe, and she, actually, I think she suggested, she was like, do you want me to try and
She has like a singing creative background as well, right?
Oh, she's great, so talented, and just, anyway, I'll be talking about her all day if you like. So we were on FaceTime and she had come up with a lot of the first verse, and we came up with the kind of bones of it that night, and then nothing was written for another month, And then one time I just went into the front room and I was kind of playing with it, and then I wrote the whole chorus. Came really, really quick, really, really quick. And then we went and recorded it, and yeah. So
that's really special as well, that you can always kind of look back at that moment and you've kind of helped each other, and she's been a part of that song, I think, which is really nice as well.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's so good, and there's not, we don't really clash when we write, at all.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't say that.
No, no, it's really nice to have that, and just as someone who really encourages what you're doing and really believes in it.
And understands it as well, if she's in the creative sector as well, just kind of understands, I guess the whole process. And
oh man, yeah. And just, I think the biggest thing is when she believes in it, there's days where I'm just like so unmotivated and kind of imposter syndrome comes in, and she's like, what are you talking about? Just
every artist and musician, I feel like, has that period of time where they will have those days, at least one a month, I feel, where you're just so deflated. And it's so hard, I think, for so many artists, because of imposter syndrome. You're looking all around you, and maybe on a day where you're feeling a little bit low, you're seeing people maybe post something and something cool happen, and it's so hard to try and navigate it.
Yeah, the comparison will ruin you,
Thief of
if you let
joy,
it.
as they say,
It really is, it really is. And it's hard because, sometimes it's just, it's tough to control it, other than just getting off it, and just being like, okay.
What would you kind of do, I guess, if you did have a day like that? How would you kind of get over that feeling?
Where I'm kind of unmotivated.
Yeah, if you're unmotivated or feeling a little bit down about maybe, say, frustration, you're trying to write a song, you can't get it. How do you kind of get over that? What do you do? Do you have any kind of process?
Yeah, so some days I'll just not go near the guitar. I just won't play. Maybe I'll go to the piano and try, play some chords. Maybe something will come. Other days you just have to go on a walk, watch a movie.
Get outside.
Yeah, go for a coffee with mates. Just vent about it to them.
So how many instruments do you play? Guitar, piano, you sing?
I kind of, self-taught piano. I played the banjo on travel.
Banjo?
Yeah.
I think I've seen a video of this, actually. That is such a skill. I've always wanted to be able to play the banjo.
Well, you know what's funny? That video, my mum was like, oh, I'll get you a banjo for your birthday. And she got it I don't know, it was 15th of June. It will be, early present. And I actually, because it's pretty similar to a guitar, like the bass, you can kind of, if you know guitar, you can get by,
There's more strings on a banjo, though, is there?
Yeah, but you can kind of hit, for me, you can kind of trial and error, and so we had an early mix of traveling, and I was like, okay, well, maybe a banjo would sound good, and so I just came up with that on the same day that we did that video.
Wow.
So it came really, really quick.
That's so cool. Such a skill.
Yeah, a bit of right place, right time too. Just it's actually magic, like when you think about it, of just sitting down in any discipline or art, you just sit there and you have a pen and a paper, maybe you're writing a script or music or poetry or whatever, and if you sit there and discipline yourself long enough, something comes. How does that even, and something that's so good, it's magic.
Yeah.
It really is.
And what else can you tell us about the album? What's maybe your favourite song on the album?
Yeah, we have this one song that I wrote with my friends in America, Sarah and Gethin, and Sarah's voice is just next level. She is just so good.
Yeah.
And we were up one night, and I had this, piano melody, and we turned it into this R&B kind of slowed song.
Yeah, okay.
That we're putting on the middle of the album, which is a very different sound to what people are used to, but it's...
Yeah, because I feel like you've got a real... How would you describe your sound? A kind of
folk,
mixture of folk, country.
Bit of country.
Yeah.
So there's some rock and roll song. Well, there's one in particular on this album called Sliding Door, which I think that one of my really good friends, Malachi, loves. He's like, oh man, get that out,
Okay.
And then there's another song that we've played a few times live that I've had people come to me being like, when's that coming out? Called Mary Tell Me, which is a song literally, the lyrics just came really quick. There's no lore behind it,
Yeah.
you know, so there's a couple of really good tunes and good variety. I think stuff for everyone, which really
Cool, I like that.
really
And I
helps.
like whenever, and again, it's such a skill to be able to kind of tap into different genres. You're not just under one kind of umbrella of, okay, all my music's going to be this. Like, you can do other things.
Right. And I think that's the best way to be. I remember getting caught up about it and being like, oh, you know, I said this is going to be a country album and it's kind of moving. And then I had someone say to me, you know, it's better for you to just be, I'm an artist and here's my work, and if you like it, sweet. If not,
here's
sweet.
my body of work, and I've got a little bit of this, a little bit of
Yeah,
that, and that's
bit.
really cool. Yeah.
Sprinkle a bit of that. Yeah.
And you're going on tour, which is really exciting, which is kind of part of the reason why you're home, I guess, for a couple of months. So it's really cool that we were able to get you on and catch you while you're over. You're going to be going to like Galway, Limerick, Derry. You're going to be Dublin, Cork, and of course in Belfast.
Yeah.
So you're going to be playing the Limelight, which is really, really cool. What kind of made you want to do a home tour? Because I'm sure it's really special after being away for so long, getting to do shows back home.
Yeah, well, when I was away, I had some guys from MCD reach out and they were like, oh, we'll help you put on an Irish tour. And it wasn't really on my radar. I was just coming back to kind of chill out, you know.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, oh, you should do some shows, you know. And I was like, you know, and he was like, nah, you're back for like 5 months, you know, you might as well.
Yeah, make
and
the
I was
most of
like,
it.
yeah, all right. Because my whole focus was just going to be the album. But yeah, so that's been the real reason behind it, you know, with having the guys from MCD help out, and they've been great. So, and also playing, you know, towns we haven't played in before. So Cork I've done Galway before, but Cork, Limerick, Derry, that's all new land as far as playing live.
Yeah.
But it's going to be so good. Like we have, I think it's a 5-piece, so we've got sax player,
Unreal.
keys player from the States, one of my good friends, Leland, who's just a monster on the piano. Like I've never seen
Oh, really?
a guy so good at piano. Seriously, he's next level. And then guitar, bass, myself. So yeah, it's a good group, and it's coming together, you know.
And you're also about to announce a UK tour as well?
That's right,
Yeah.
yeah. So that'll be probably announced by the time this comes out.
I'd say so, yeah.
So that's in December, and we're playing in Glasgow, Manchester, London. So
Unreal. Have you played shows in England before?
Never,
No? First time?
Never. I've only been to London, and it was when I was like 8 years old with my dad.
Wow.
So I've never even been to Scotland, which is actually
my
shocking.
gosh.
Like I've got some mates at uni there, and they're like, "Oh, you have to come out," and I'm like, "Yeah." I just haven't gone out yet, so I need to.
And are you nervous, or how do you kind of prepare? I guess obviously a lot of practice and stuff with your band and everything, but...
Yeah, well, there will be a bit of, like, we'll be practicing and it'll be really full on for the September tour, and then I go back to the States for about 1.5 to 2 months, so we won't be playing at all, really. So then coming back, I think the lads are good enough. I think so. So I think it'll be a real ball, and playing. I'm excited. I think hopefully, all being well, the shows do well as far as tickets, because I've had a bunch of people reach out being like, oh, when you playing UK, you know,
That's so cool.
when you playing, you know, and parts of the States too that I haven't played yet that I need to get on. You know, oh, when you come to this state, New York, I'm like, mate, New York, what?
Well, that's crazy.
Not yet.
What is one venue that's like a dream venue for you, anywhere in the world, that you would love to do in the future?
It used to be Madison Square Gardens back in the day.
Oh, unreal. Dream big though.
Yeah, that one's huge. Ulster Hall would be class. Ulster Hall would be unreal. And
I can see that happening soon.
Yeah, well, hopefully that would be just
Grand Old
next level.
Opry?
Yeah, Opry would be class to
I
play.
feel like I could see you there.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of artists kind of my age do that, so it would be cool. There's also, we're playing the Rialto, which is in Bozeman, which was a dream. It became a dream venue because I'd seen how it's kind of like, the aesthetic's really nice inside.
Wow, yeah, that would be a really good one.
So we've got that down, and then I could throw it like Wembley and stuff, but...
Yeah, well, you never know, the Aviva or...
Glastonbury or something, yeah.
Slane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that'd be unreal.
Yeah,
Slane would be
gotta
class.
dream big.
Yeah.
And I can just see you Doing so well. I mean, you're already just absolutely smashing it.
Thank you.
You're going to be doing 2 songs. What 2 songs are you going to sing?
I think I'm going to do the single before traveling, which was 1822.
Yeah.
So all about just nostalgia, kind of getting older. And then I'm going to do one off the new album called Thank You.
Thank You. What can you tell us about Thank You?
Thank You is a song I wrote a few years ago, and it was about, I was just being a bit of a hatter in a relationship and just writing about, like, thank you for just forgiving me and, you know, all that.
Okay.
You know, so asking for grace, you know, which without grace, you know,
Yeah.
who would anyone be? Who would we be? You know,
Yeah.
so that's what that song's about.
Cool.
So.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For coming on, for having a chat.
Thank you for having me.
Your story is just so cool. And best of luck with the tour, with the album, and going back to Montana with van life
Thank
and
you.
everything.
Yeah, it's
And enjoy
exciting.
your travels to Australia.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to hear your live performance for us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I flew back home again, longing to see my friends, trying but can't pretend like nothing is changing. And I just can't slow it down, it's going fast somehow. And I'm getting too old now for teenage dreaming. But how did it go so fast? I'm caught up in a divide of what it is I should do. Yesterday I was just 18, now I'm 22. I took a leap into nowhere with nothing to lose. Now all I have is a memory of you. My dream has come to pass, I'm growing up too fast. My innocence is past, now everything's changing. I'm thinking far too much, feels like I'm out of touch. And I think I've had enough of teenage dreaming. But how did it go so fast? I'm caught up in a divide of what it is I should do. Yesterday I was just 18, now I'm 22. I took a leap into nowhere with nothing to lose. Now all I have is a memory of you. Oh, you. Oh, I'm caught up in a divide of what it is I should do. Yesterday I was just 18, now I'm 22. I took a leap into nowhere with nothing to lose. Now all I have is a memory of you. Well, I'm caught up in a divide of what it is I should do. Yesterday I was just 18, now I'm 22. I took a leap into nowhere with nothing to lose. Now all I have is a memory of you.
You're crying. That was really good.
Thank you. This song called Thank You.
Man, life's just great. I've got you by my side. All I need are your arms around me, and that's enough to feel alright. I didn't think I'd get this again, and I didn't wanna try, 'cause I've been here before and I've knocked on that door, but you've taken me by surprise. 'Cause I found peace in your presence and joy in your smile. Your heart eases my bitterness, so I'll make it worth your while. And I'll say thank you for your loving and how it's been so true. And I thank you, babe, for showing me grace when I was acting a fool. I know I don't say it much, but I'll try better too. Thank you for your gentle ways and loving the way you do. These days have gone by fast, but they really made me see who you are and what you do and what you mean to me. 'Cause I found peace in your presence and joy in your smile. Your heart eases my bitterness, so I'll make it worth your while. And I'll say thank you for your loving and how it's been so true. And I thank you, babe, for showing me grace when I was acting a fool. I know I don't say it much, but I'll try better too. Thank you for your gentle ways and loving the way you do.